Okay, Dr. Dio. Now let's move to the educational sector. The meeting between the federal government team and the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, appears to have ended in a deadlock as no agreement was reached, thereby dashing the hope for an immediate resolution of this issue. Although there has not been any official statement from either the federal government or ASU, the remote outcome of the meeting has left many Nigerians disappointed after their hopes were raised when the ASU president, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said that the government has agreed to the implementation of UTAT for payment of their salaries, with the meeting scheduled for Tuesday. Dr. Dio, now, this statement, one of it read, it left the hopes of Nigerians dashed. Yet again, the hopes of Nigerians have been dashed. There's already a trust gap between the people and the government, and then we still live on hope. And then yet again, our hopes have been dashed. So it brings me to the question I asked earlier. The educational sector in Nigeria has degenerated from what it used to be to what we didn't even expect it would be in a very short period of time. Is this a looming disaster for the tertiary educational system?
It is not only for the educational system. The whole future of our nation is encompassed in this problem. Let me first of all express my how do I put it now? Express my worries for the leaders of tomorrow of our nation that have been sitting at home for the past 6 months. I was reading something yesterday whereby this SS2, I think SS2 student just walk up to the parents and said, look, it's better for him to be a dropout, that he doesn't want to go to school again. Why? Because look at my brother. I've been at home for over 6 months, a university undergraduate. So why will he bother himself doing that? Why not Kuku go and learn a trade so that nobody will just come and be causing all this kind of a thing for him? Another person, 400 level law undergraduate in another university, is now at Matori, where they sell spare parts, learning how to sell spare parts. It's not even going back to school again. Why? Because where is learning spare parts now? The guy is giving him daily money, and when he finish his learning and he gets his freedom, maybe in another 2 or 3 years, is the guy will say to him, and he too will start trading, and on and on and on like that. You can now imagine how this government is wasting the future of this country. But that is not the main issue. The issue is, I call it educational terrorism. All right, educational terrorism. This particular problem will continue, I promise you that, until after elections. Because they want to bastardize and inflict a lot of injury on the psychology of the people, so that people will now feel, okay, why should I even go and vote? Of what importance? Why should I go and exercise my franchise when I cannot go to school, when I cannot feed, when there is no work, when some people are maiming, some people are, do you understand, are killing, and at the end of the day, they will not award result for themselves, and they want to continue. But let me advise Nigerians, at this point, Nigerians should not be dismayed. Viewers, You should please let us educate ourselves now. We shouldn't be dismayed. This is nothing other than educational terrorism, just as we have been experiencing economic terrorism. Aside from the maiming and the killing and the kidnapping, what we need to do is to learn, hold our hands to see how we get out of this problem. Because if we allow this one to go like that and our elections is being scuttled, we say bear the brunt. We will say bear the brunt. We have to summon courage. Those of us coming to television to come and talk, it's not that it is easy for us. It's not that it is easy. But we know that these are the little things we can contribute to our society to ensure that we hold on. That falling into the river is not the problem. But the problem is for you to summon courage to swim out so that we won't get drowned.
Talking about getting drowned, how does this not, this issue now, how can we resolve it? The reason I'm asking is this. As of yesterday, the reports were that not only did the lecturers walk out, but they did simply because the federal government did not bring anything new to the table. The Professor Nimi Briggs-led committee, that's the pro-chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Lokoja, did not bring anything new to the table. So they had to just leave because it looked like we're just, beating around the bush and saying the same thing, nothing concrete. If the federal government is not willing to yield grounds and bring something new to the table in terms of new offers, compromises and all, ASU looks very resolute in their stance that they will down their tools as long as their demands are not met, at least to a reasonable point. So how do we resolve all of this? Yes, we've had 9 months before, but we're not looking at going another 9 months in terms of industrial action by ASU. And with the elections closed by campaign season starting next month, it's almost like if this is not resolved this month, it's probably going to scale over till the end of the year and into the elections.
Samson, whatever needs to be done to rescue this nation must be done.
This education...
Listen, must be done, whatever it is.
Okay.
Whatever needs to be done, we all have to face it scarcely. We all have to face it scarcely. Because the moment ASU decide to renege on their demands, they will say, I tell you, they cannot go all up. They will now bring in some other things that will be more devastating. So it is better. I said it. I've been saying it. If government have been sincere, and then people are also ready, we will have faced these terrorists long time ago. But look at different aspects of terrorism now coming in.
Where's the place of when you say we the people? I understand, yes.
What I'm saying is definitely this strike action by ASU is having great effect on our children. Listen, is having great effect on our children. No doubt about it. But then, should we continue in this way, or we could face it and then ensure we come out of it so that we can have a brighter future?
Well, when you say we face it and come out of it, we were here about 3 weeks ago when we said the 2 days solidarity protest by the Nigerian Labour Congress will yield no results. That hasn't yielded. The president gave the Minister of Education that's what I'm saying. The president gave the commissioner, the Minister of Education 2 weeks to resolve this. That didn't work as well.
I said a vacuous statement.
That didn't work as well. So if you say we the people should take this by the horns, the bull by the horn now, that would probably mean the NLC.
What I'm saying is, the other time I said it, I said, will NLC be ready to face it? Let NLC join. Let NUPEC join. Let Nubife, bank or whatever, let them join. Let road transport workers, let them join. Let everybody join. By the time everybody join, and they cannot leave their houses, we cannot leave their houses. One way or the other, we will resolve it. Because this nation is getting to a point whereby we have to cuckoo grant everything and start from the scratch again. And that's why I said it is not about restructuring. It is about reinventing Nigeria, because presently we've got no structure. Nothing is working. So we have to sit down and reinvent what we call Nigeria. Is the name even supposed to be Nigeria?
We'll get back to that in just a bit. But just as we're custom on this discussion, looking at it, you're calling for downing of tools from all sectors.
All sectors, including the judiciary.
Considering the people are facing so much in terms of hardship, from high cost of goods and commodities to what have you.
Can you get the price without paying the price?
Wait,
listen. Can you get the price without paying the price? Can you get your degree without reading? Without burning candles? You got to burn candles before you get your degree. Even our Lord Jesus Christ, between you and me, couldn't get the crown without the cross.
Do you think people are ready to sit at home? We have
to learn from all these things I'm saying. People should be ready.
That's because the majority are living from paycheck to paycheck, or they're living from their daily earnings, your traders and what have you. If you say everything should be shut down just to ensure that ASU and federal government resolves whatever impasse between them,
every other sector.
How do you expect the people to survive? We know how the crime rate spiked during the lockdown that came as a result of COVID. Now, if you're saying that the NLC and every union shoot down tools just to restructure, reinvent, whatever it is, Nigeria, the question is, how do you think the average Nigerian will survive, considering that the average Nigerian is either waiting till the end of the month to survive, or living on a daily basis?
Let us forget stories. Can Dangote survive being alone, despite all this money? Can he survive being alone? All these people you are talking about, they cannot survive being alone. They cannot drive themselves, can they? They cannot teach. They cannot cook themselves. But let everybody sit at home. There is no cook for them, no driver for them, no road for them, nothing for them. Then let everybody even be living on the main road. Let everybody be living on the main road.
Dr. Dayo, okay, as much as I try to understand your point, but then as we wrap up the segment finally, let's look at the fact that some ripple effects may even be worse than what we are trying to solve. If we go some certain routes, the effects may be worse than the issue we are currently having and trying to solve. So is there any other way, an alternative way to make this work, rather than shutting every system and every sector of our economy?
Let us go to J.F. Kennedy.
Okay, quickly, Dr. Dayo.
Let us go to J.F. Kennedy, who says, those who make peaceful change impossible will make violent change inevitable. All right, I have been a student of Mahatma Gandhi that believes in, let's solve this thing peacefully and all that. But at times, there are times, where do you want it to go again? That is when you are pursuing a goat, and the goat has gotten to the wall. What do you think the goat will do? It is appalling that we keep on seeing our children wasting away. Go and look at most of these undergraduate ladies, what they have turned to. Go and check them out.
All right, Dr.
What they have turned to.
Thank you so much.
It is it is high time that we, the people, decide to emancipate ourselves by taking the bull by the horn, no matter what it takes us.
A nice place to wrap that up. Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for sharing your thoughts and being so patriotic about Nigeria. We appreciate you on the show, and we hope, we'll have more of your segments, obviously. That's not a problem. Well, that was Dr. Dayo Kayode there, sharing his thoughts on the recent happenings in the country and providing a solution and way forward. Well, we hope that all of those things work out, and Nigeria, we hope for, becomes the Nigeria we would have at some point. Well, we'll take a short break now. When we come back, we have the morning motivation segment standing by.